Hello survivors, I'm the SurvivalVis, and welcome to our next bit of Carnivores content for the channel, Carnivores Divergent. When I made up the little poll to I put out the suggestions for making up a poll for what Carnivores content I should cover next, the first, out of the first 5 or 6 suggestions that came in, at least half of them or so had Carnivores Divergent as the common one across them. So I figured I'd take that as the first series I'm going to cover, and I'll see about what I'll do after it, as well as I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach to the Carnivores series. Before, what I've usually done has been, just give me a moment here. The audio sometimes gets really weird with Carnivores, but what I'm going to do is, as you can see at the top, or maybe you guys can see at the top, the point total as 8,186. What I was able to do, and what actually you all could do with your Carnivores content, or your Carnivores mods or games, is let's say you have one of the games where you have a really high point total, and you wouldn't mind carrying it forward to other ones. Copy that save file. I'm trying to think how you want to do this, because you want to keep the original save file with all your trophies, so make a copy of that one, move it out of that folder for a moment, go back into the game, clear out your trophy room of all the trophies, then switch the placement of those 2 files out, or basically... maybe I'll do a little minor video about it just to go through. But let's basically have 3 locations on the... Okay, we'll do 3 locations like this. So let's say here is where you have your save file in Carnivores, the mod itself. Copy it and paste it into this spot. Go back into this game, clear out the trophy room, move this save file out of here, move this one back in, and then use this completely cleared save file that has the points, but the empty trophy room, and you can put it into any of the Carnivores mods, and it should give you all the settings and the points to let you go into the mods basically as a continuous thing. As long as you can keep that approach going through all of the Carnivores mods or games, you should be able to pull off having a cross save almost, that you can keep going steadily with that. The reason why you have to clear out the trophy room though, is because the game will probably try loading up the models of the animals you've hunted in that mod, and there might be some, cannot find this file and it'll crash the trophy room on you. So the easiest way to avoid that is just have an empty trophy room as you go about between them. But with this and having the point total I do, I'm going to try to keep the Carnivores content going a little bit quicker on the channel. So I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is 3 weeks of a single Carnivores series, show it off with having all the points so we don't have to farm for it. And that way I go through content a little faster, we can maybe grow the channel a little bit more with subscribers, and it keeps it from getting too stale and stagnant on one thing for so long. The idea kind of came with Carnivores Triplex because it was a pretty good showcase of that mod in progress, where we had everything done relatively quick and I felt like I wasn't getting really burnt out with the grind. So we'll try it with Divergent and see. I'll put that into practice with a new hunt today. We're going to go on to a map here, which is an island created from volcanic activity many thousands of years ago. The island has the coldest temperatures of all huntable locations on the tour. It offers many opportunities for hunters and their prey, with multiple ponds, rolling hills, and a few large mountain peaks. The hills are composed of volcanic sediments, giving many different altitudes to hunt upon. And that's a novice rank map. So what we'll do, as you can see, we got a pretty wide dinosaur roster to go from, as well as a weapon roster. I'll just turn double ammo on. So start with the Ulumenosaurus here, which is large herbivorous synapsid, closely related to the much more common Mosstrops, but larger and omnivorous. They browse on low-growing plants and will hunt small animals and carrion. We'll take that one out. We'll take the Rubiosaurus, or Rubioceratops, a medium-sized herbivorous ceratopsian with long orange frill shield that is used for intimidation. Strictly herbivorous, but will charge anything that gets too close. And we'll top it off with the Brontosaurus for this outing. So it's a cousin to the well-known Brachiosaurus. The Brontosaurus is the most resilient dinosaur available to hunt on the tour, and can take punishment that other herbivores simply can't handle. Its senses are not the finest, however, so take advantage of them. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll start with the first 4 weapons only, then slowly add in one new one as we go. So we got the Dino Hunt Glock, faster firing variant of the pistol available on the C2 tour. The DH Glock is effective for taking out small herbivores and can be used in self-defense against carnivores. The HG TCS, or 8-gauge trench clearing shotgun, effective World War I for clearing enemy trenches. Model has been updated for major stopping power against anything at close range distances, but is very ineffective with range. The Taurus Judge, a a 410 caliber gauge, standard 6-shot revolver, very good sidearm for charging carnivores, but its effective range is too close for most fleeing herbivores. And lastly, the bolt-action rifle, a .306 caliber. A very accurate bolt-action version of the standard rifle's central sector. A good choice for any fleeing herbivore, and unlike other bolt-action rifles, quite good for charging carnivores as well. So we'll just take this as a start, get our feeling for Divergent, and look out the maps. I'm thinking maybe we'll do a week on each map, or 3 episodes per map. That way we kind of explore it all and keep things moving to keep like the faster content I mentioned. But everything looks good, so let's hop in and get to a new hunt in Carnivores Divergent. Okay, so we're loaded into the map here. Ooh. Oh, no, that's not our... Okay, so it looks like we got quite a few ambient animals already around us. A couple Pelican Mimus, Platyhystrix, Dysangaripterus, and there was a Ceratopsian one over here. So maybe what I'll do is we'll just keep the shotgun handy just in case anything surprises us wherever we are. Actually, where are... Oh, okay, we're on like a little tip of the bay here. Oh, here you are. Yeah, so you are the Tyrannoceratops. So we got a Ceratopsian as just an ambient animal, and I thought the Platyhystrix was more, like, low-to-the-ground amphibian, like big salamander with the sail back. But then again, because the carnivore style is using, like, the, Buryan art style for dinosaurs and that, maybe that's the theming behind it would make more sense for what we see there. That could easily be it. And so far, the map does seem a little smaller than I was expecting it to. But then again, it is very hard to judge just from like menu pictures how big you're exactly looking at for the maps to beat. But it does look like, as we're walking about, we are moving at a bit of a slower pace, or at least our little green pixel for the center on the map. It takes a while before we do go about. And again, I'm going to be recording using the 3FX glide setting for like the carnivore series, or like in the configuration options for the games. I did try once with Direct 3D. It does seem to have a crash. I don't know if it's specifically at every 5-minute mark, or just something kind of causes it to. Because of the age of the Carnivores engine, it's very quirky with how it does or does not want to operate. But I found... Oh, no, that's not it. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. Our first Rubeosaurus taken down with the bolt-action rifle. And it does seem like this does have like a varying size clip for it. I think it's 4 shots? Yeah, I think it's... You get 4 shots in, then you'll go through a reload animation. So I need to keep that in mind in case we do get charged by anything. Actually, I want to... Like, on the one hand, it is nice that you would have 4 clips for the weapons from the looks of it. Oh, wait, what? That says it's a Pterygotus, but that looks just like a Yaekalopterus. Oh, lord, okay, something's going weird with the water in this area. That says Pterygotus, but that is the Yaekalopterus from Carnivores Mandibles, or just Mandibles. I mean, that big 2-pronged tail is a big giveaway for that. Maybe they got permission to, like, use the model and retextured it, so that way it's like an ambient animal, but... Yeah, no, that is just the Yaekalopterus with a different colored texture. Maybe there's a little bit more change to, like, the model that I just can't see or can't really recognize, but... Heavily, heavily based on Yaekalopterus. Because I don't think Divergent came before Mandibles. I might be mistaken, but I don't know for sure. But it does look like they are just an ambient animal that kind of roam about. Maybe they're like the... They could be like the... taking up the place of the Brachiosaurus ambient slot. Because, I mean, they are basically just... Oh, I guess that's you guys making some... Oh, and Pterodactylus is the other one. They just seem to be, like, wandering around the water, sticking around there, nothing much more than that. And looks like this is the... kind of... Oh! Well, there's something we can be after. So that is the first animal of the roster. We just got... Oh. Well, the Brontosaurus are definitely easy to spot once you're actually in range of them. Yeah, they are gigantic, aren't they? Okay, they're supposed to be the most resilient of the tour, though. Okay, all you guys are just kinda... A lot of noise getting my attention. Oh, that's right, and because this isn't a Modders Edition engine mod, you actually have proper crouching where it's just a toggle feature. It's not you have to hold it. You know what? I'm kind of curious about seeing if I can... Okay, so there's that down. Now, if we can get the Brontosaurus, that will actually be the only animal from the roster, or that we picked so far, we haven't gotten. It's just, I don't think I want to get too close to it, because... Oh, and we got another animal not selected yet, the Troodon. You know what? I think I'd want to try tackling the Troodon with the bolt action. Or try and get a shot or two into it. I think I'll be better off going around the farther way of this puddle. Or, well, I shouldn't say puddle. This is a big-ass puddle if it is one. This pond here. Yeah, we'll work our way up around the north. Actually, we might not even have to worry about the Troodon if that guy just kind of stays around that spot. I don't know how well it'll navigate with all the water around, though. It should have the same little carnivores quirk where the herbivores can't swim. So they'll be stuck on the mainland. And that also applies to the little water bodies of the map, too. I just don't know where that Troodon went. No, and we got another Unomenosaurus there with it. But it looks like this might be an area where they're going to get... Yeah, I think they're going to be stuck in here. Kind of seems like it's a little bit of a... Oh. Okay, what do I go for? Okay, I'd like to try getting out of that Troodon first. That way I can, like... You know what? I'm going to take the shotgun... And just try to deal with the Troodon first. As he'll probably start trying to run in soon. Okay, it's up there right now. There we go. Okay. Now I think we should be able to... try dealing with these guys a bit better. Yeah, everybody's kind of... Okay, well there's the Unomenosaurus. I don't see anything else coming around behind us, so I think... Yeah, I'm basically just going to be able to pull it... There we go. Actually went down faster than I thought it might. But there's quite a few animals we have for the trophy room already. And hunt-wise, timing we're not doing too bad. Because again, if I do spend like the first week on, or like a week per map, that does give us 3 episodes just to go about and explore more. And we have kind of covered a lot of the southern half already. I'll just see if maybe we can get one more animal, and then we'll end this hunt. I do want to try watching how long the videos do take. I still have the hindrance of still trying to reach that 1,000 before I want to get a better internet service so I can actually upload videos faster. But yeah, still trying to hit that point first. And if I can hit that, then it'll be a lot easier keeping up with getting, like, mostly 2 videos per day. I honestly wouldn't mind being able to do the 2 per day, because I've actually been kind of like getting the video stockpiled already. The hard part isn't recording or that. The hard part is just how long the uploads take. But I do need that just that little step to the first 1,000. That way I can kind of say, okay, you know what? We got a foothold. Let's invest and see where I can go with it. But yeah, it's just taking its time to get there. Oh, just another regular Tyrannoceratops. And it does seem like this basically is like a little bit of a cauldron. Anything that you'll counter that's here, you could probably push back up towards the cliff side or the mountains here. And you can just let them circle around and try to pepper them down a bit. Time-wise, we'll go... You know, maybe we'll actually pop out this episode. So the hunt's not too long, and then we can get a good time just looking at what we got in the trophy room. I'm going to do that. We did actually get a few more animals than expected this hunt, so let's head to the trophy room. Okay, here we are in the trophy room, and we can definitely see the drastic difference in sizing here. Like, so the Rubeoceratops here was the first one we got down. I'm not sure if it does have a little bit of its own unique model work for, like, the frill in that. I feel like it might have had a little bit done, but also, too, it could look like it is just a little bit of a texture reskin on an existing model. It's kind of hard to say. Overall, though, it's still just like a nice, simple Ceratopsian to go after for help round out the roster. See, one thing this is kind of remind me a little bit of is like Carnivores Triplex, where you had, well, you still do have, the animals all have like this aesthetic theming to them, so they all kind of feel like they have similar colors and texture work to all fit the same environment in a way. Then we got the chonkier Mozchops here, what's that? Ulamenosaurus. Yeah, these guys are basically just larger. Actually, are they even larger? I don't know. It's sometimes, like, Mozchops are hard to actually stand right beside to get a size comparison, but I feel like these guys aren't that much bigger, or at least this one might be about on par for a Mozchop in sizing. The Troodon here, yeah, I feel like he's easily based on the Allosaurus for model and that, but I think the head's been quite a bit adjusted for him. Texture work isn't too bad along the body, it's just the eye and the mouth are... You can kind of see the differences there on it. Overall, though, I think it is an alright replacement for the Allosaurus with the slot it takes up, and doesn't move in too quickly, so you should have a bit of time to try dealing with them before they get you. Another of the chonky Mozchops, or the Chungus Chops, and now we got the super big one, the Brontosaurus. The game is a little misleading for like how big things seem when you're actually in hunts compared to here. But yeah, look at the size of the thing. I'm actually surprised how many mods have been using a sauropod in the roster to go after. It's nice to have that variety and change up things a little bit more, because they're usually, if there is a sauropod at all to the mod, it's just like a Brachiosaurus replacement. But having this big thing in the trophy room does make it feel like you are a dinosaur hunter. You've gotten some of the more basic dinosaur shapes, like, say, the Theropod, Stegosaurid, Ceratopsian. So yeah, it's nice to see. The texture does look pretty... I feel like the belly could maybe use a little bit more counter shading to it, but still, it's a very nice texture and does feel very Carnivores. Overall, a nice little start to our Carnivores Divergent series, and next episode we'll go even further in the roster and maybe take out another weapon or two. But thank you guys very much for joining me on this episode of Carnivores Divergent. I'm just going to try to get a better ending screen on, just something that looks a little bit nicer. There we go, that's nice to see the lineup so far. So thank you guys very much for joining me on this episode of Carnivores Divergent. If you did like the video, be sure to give a like to it, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, or this is your first video of the channel, welcome. And if you did enjoy the content, please think about subscribing. We're still working slowly to that first 1,000 mark, and every subscriber helps us get a little bit closer. But for now, we are good to end things off here. So thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of this new series. Until I catch you in the next video and episode, survivors, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.